Hi you guys, welcome back to Just Doing Nails. Thank you for tuning in for another video. Just want to give a quick shout out to some of my current subscribers and new subscribers. Thank you guys for always showing up and showing love. So first, I'm going to do some quick nail prep. I do have a video on my channel of a full nail prep. If you guys want some more in-depth info on that, go ahead and check that video out, but later after this one. Alright, so after I have my nails all prepped, I'm going to just disinfect them with some alcohol, and I'm also going to disinfect my surface that I'm going to be working on. And the reason I'm not going in depth with the prep today is because I don't plan on keeping this set on. I'm going to be using this kit I got from Beetles. It comes with these full coverage tips, and I'm just going to size them out for every finger. And a quick tip: when you're sizing out tips and you know what your size is for each bag, go ahead and just grab a Sharpie and write like T on one, I on another for like index, middle, pinky, ring, so on and so forth. This way, when you go back to those bags, you already know what to use. So that Beetles kit came with a mini lamp and this glue here. What you do is you just glue on these tips and you stick it under this little mini lamp, which is convenient besides the fact that it doesn't auto turn on and turn off, which I was a little bummed out by, but we're gonna make it work. And I will be leaving the link to this kit down in the description below if you guys are interested. That goes with all my products I'm using. I will leave them down below. If you like them, go ahead and check them out. So I'm going to be using acetone just to take off the shiny layer of these tips instead of filing them. I like doing this method when I know I'm not going to keep them on, and it's just really fast and a little bit cleaner. Then I'll take a little alcohol wipe and just kind of wipe over it as well. And then they are ready to go. So for this set, I'm going to be using a dotting tool and these colors from Nail Addict, which I'm going to mix these together. I honestly didn't know what color I was going to get when I mixed these together, but it turned out a really nice like reptile green, and I loved it, and I was like, okay, this is it. I'm going to use a gel brush to put on this polish. And I recently got this tip on using a gel brush for gel polish from a larger YouTuber called Nail Career Education. And she said, you know, using a gel brush sometimes when you're applying gel polish just helps it go on in more of an even coat. And there's less like puddling of the polish, I guess. So as you see, it did go on very smooth. It is a thinner coat, and I'm just going to cure that. I'm going to be using this white also from Nail Addict, and then this Born Pretty 8-in-1, which serves as a blossom gel. I'm going to put some nice brown in here too as well and get it ready. So now that my nail is cured, I'm going to put on this blooming gel. I did say blossom before, but it is blooming. And you guys, I will be doing this next portion of this design in real time. That way you just kind of know how it really like works and how it comes out. I'm going to take that white with the dotting tool and I'm going to start to make lines across the nail. Now they're going to be short, kind of like rectangular oval, I guess you could say, not really lines. And what it is, what's happening right now is when I'm picking that polish up and as it's going on that blooming gel, I can kind of feel it like falling away from the dotting tool. I don't know if that makes sense, but if you've been doing nail art for a while, you kind of feel how the polish is going, how it's coming off whatever brush you're using, whatever tool you're using. You kind of start to get a little in tune with that. So practice, 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 okay? And the good thing about a design like this is if it's not going your way, you can just wipe it off and just start over. So don't get discouraged. You can do it. It's not that hard. Just keep trying. And I'm not saying this design came out perfect, but it is my first attempt at a reptile design. I'm going to say reptile because I can't really call it crocodile. I can't call it snake. I don't know what it really looks like. So you guys, when this is done, let me know down in the comments what you think it looks like. So as you see, I'm going and I'm filling in those parts that I feel like needed to be filled in a little bit more with white. And then I'm going to make dots along the side of the nail. And when you're putting these dots and those lines in the middle, you want to make sure there's space in between. Because with this blooming gel, time is your friend and your enemy, okay? So, you know, you want it to stay on there for a certain amount of time, but then you don't want everything to start meshing together. And that's why it's important also to just space these dots out and space everything on here out that you're putting down. So I'm just gonna go in and just again touch up where I feel like needs to be touched up before I move on to putting that brown in here. So a really quick tip, when you're doing nail art and stuff, you see how I have my ring finger resting on my index finger. This helps just to keep your hand steady as you're doing your work. Resting your fingers on your hand that you're working on is a big help in getting whatever design you want to go on there a little bit easier. So I've wiped off my dotting tool. Now we're gonna go in with the brown, and I'm just gonna go in the middle of these white rectangular shapes and just put kind of the same, like a rectangular line in the middle of that white one. Now I kind of messed up a little bit here because I should have been dipping my dotting tool into acetone or wiping it off before I'm dipping back into that brown, because some of that white will get on that dotting tool and you don't want it to start mixing up too much. It'll just start to look a hot mess. So you see I did have to add some brown in there just to kind of make it a little more pigmented and where it's not like mixing too much with that white just yet. I want it to spread with the white. I don't want it to mix in with the white. Okay, so now that I'm satisfied with that middle part, I'm gonna take some more brown and I'm just gonna go in between these white dots with some little brown dots on each side of this nail. I will say one thing about these kind of designs, you know, there's definitely a pattern to them, but like animals and things, everything has its own special pattern. So I wouldn't worry about being too perfect. So once you're satisfied with how much it's spread, go ahead and cure that ASAP. So there's that first design, you guys. I'm pretty proud of myself. I think it came out nice. So we're gonna start on the other ones. So we're gonna put that custom mix polish down first for the background. And this time I'm gonna go in with this silicone like spatula brush thing. I just wanted to try it out to see if it would yield better results. You guys, always experiment. You never know what you're gonna come up with or what's gonna look better, what's not, what's gonna work easier for you. So I always experiment with whatever tools I have around. I mean, I bought them, right? So might as well try them. So I was okay with the way the first part, the white, came out, but when I went to put the brown in there, it didn't really come out the way I wanted to. So you see here, so I just ended up going back to the dotting tool, but at least I tried and figured out that wasn't it, at least not for the middle part. So I'm gonna quit talking for a little bit and just let you guys see how I do the rest of this design. One thing I do want to mention though, you want to cure these designs on every finger before you move to the next, because you don't want to leave one of them just sitting there and that blooming gel will just have it all over that nail and it will just be a mess. So I did want to leave the rest of them in there because, you know, when you see something getting done over and over in a repetitive motion, you kind of get it more in your head. And if you've never done a design like this, you can kind of get an idea on how to go about doing it yourself. So here's that design. I am going to throw on some top coat. And this is glossy top coat. I will show you guys how it looks in matte too. All right, so here's that design. You guys, let me know what this looks like to you down in the comments. There's the glossy, and then there is the matte top coat right here. Let me know which one you like the most. If you're new here, please hit that sub button. And if you've made it this far, please hit that like button for me. I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.